there's a point where I like this episode because I feel like it's all about perspective.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be moments where like I'm not seeing it as clearly as I should, but Lord knows, it give me a couple of days, I'm gonna feel a little bit more settled with it.
Yeah.
To any of our viewers, there was this thing I heard online. It was like the 72-hour rule. I don't know if I mentioned it beforehand, but I just feel like if something's bothering you in the moment right now, or like you're not seeing something clearly, give it a day. And if it still hurts, okay, give it another day. And
Mm-hmm.
if it's still on your mind or something, do something about it.
I've heard that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's powerful because like I feel like time definitely like
Time heals for sure.
yeah,
It
heals.
hurts, but it definitely
It
helps.
heals or hurts, but it definitely gives you some type of clarity. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
sometimes, like at that particular moment you're going through those feelings, it's hard to decipher each feeling. And as you give yourself time and that grace period to really go through those feelings, you can understand like, okay, like this is why I hurt. This is that person's perspective. I understand why this person did this. Opposed to just be like, nah, I don't know why he did that. Da, da, da. Like
Mhm.
it's that time that moment to really sit down and reflect.
You have to have the patience.
Yep.
The patience for it to understand, like, also that, like, time is not running away from you. You could sit and just wait things out.
But it always feels like it does, though. I
Yeah.
think that's kind of like my issue right now, personally. I always just feel like time is just escaping me.
I guess that's our thing of just being human, because, like,
Yeah.
we understand that we're aging.
Yeah. I feel like once you get to a certain age, like time doesn't feel like it's like slow anymore. It just feels like it's on overdrive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the expect. I think it's more so expectations. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like the expectations to have something at the particular age you're at makes time feel like, yo, like I don't have a lot of time to do things.
Is that, I'm gonna ask you a question. Is that based on your perspective or how you see other people?
I think it's my perspective, and I'm not saying my perspective is the best perspective. I think also just social media as well. I don't want to completely blame social media, but like it definitely has a role to play in how I feel about just the expectations. I also have like a very high expectations for myself. I feel like I always wanted to be 30 and like, you know, be
Yeah.
more like well established and stuff, right? I'm not to say I'm 30 now, but I'm
We're getting
Nah.
close there. Right?
yeah,
Not
Yeah,
far
yeah,
away.
yeah.
right. So I want to be in a position at that age to really make like adult plays and all that stuff, and be more standing on my 2 feet and not have to lean on family or whatever the case may be. But you know, things don't always go the way that you want to, and like you don't always have the time, or time moves. Like I feel like God has a plan for you that you don't, that doesn't align with the plan that you have for yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Adult plays, huh? Well, like, what does it really mean to be an adult, honestly?
Mm.
Because I feel like at any age, you're still thinking of, like, how you are as 18, 20.
So I can give you like an idea what I mean by adult plays. I feel like when you're in your early 20s, you're like a young adult, right?
Yeah.
Whereas like the expectations for certain things aren't really fully there, especially in our like country or like culture. But once you get to like your late 20s or your mid to late 20s, it's like these expectations become more forefront. Like we're at the age where like people are getting married and having like 2 kids.
Yo, I've seen so many marriages on stuff like that from people that we went to high school with, and I'm
Exactly.
like, yo, is there something wrong with me? like,
Bro, one of my homies, I haven't spoke to this guy in years. Like we used to grow up together. He hit me up like a couple of days ago. He's like, how his son's eat. I'm like, yo,
what?
what the
So late.
your son's eat?
You had the little man when you're 20, bro. Like,
Like
what's going on?
you know what I mean? And it's just
I was
like,
hiding a kid from you.
but you know what I'm saying? It's just like stuff like that. Like, yo, bro, his son's about to be like, imagine like 2 more years, his son's about to be 10. Like,
Decade, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we're at that age where it's like, for us, like 2016 was 10 years ago. Like,
Yeah.
and like we were
But-
like young adults around that time.
I think it's like your environment is what ages you, not like.
It
But-
matures you. I wouldn't
Yeah,
say
man.
ages you.
It matures you for
Mm.
sure. I feel like when you grow up in the community that we grew up in, like Jane and Finch and everything, it's like life was already fast paced. Like
Yeah.
I've seen people like experience so much in high school, and then coming out of it, it's just like, holy, like now you gotta get a job. Now you have to make a career. Now you have to start a family. Then you have to start a relationship. All these things, like I used to think that there was an age where I'd settle down, but now looking at it from the perspective I have, I don't think there's an age. I feel like it's when I'm ready.
Yeah, yeah.
Heavy on that. Like when you're ready. Like I
Yeah.
remember college. I'm like, I think I was probably 21 or something. I'm like, yo, by the time I'm 27 or 28, I'm trying to get married and have like 2 kids.
Every time I talk about it, I keep changing the age that
Mm.
I was thinking of doing, like
Mm.
being married or having kids. So
Mhm.
yeah, it all depends on like how life is at that time.
Yeah.
It
I
really
think
just
so.
happens when it happens. You can't really give yourself a time for it, right? And like people always use this term being intentional, and I think being intentional about certain things is good, but like certain things you have no control over.
Yeah.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like you can be intentional trying to be in a relationship with this one particular person, but it's like, yo, that person not on the same type of time or doesn't want the
Mhm.
same things. It'll set you back,
Yeah.
right? So
I don't know why, but this whole time, like for this topic, I've been thinking about Thorfinn from Vinland Saga.
Yeah, you know what's so funny? Yeah, I've seen.
Because
Okay.
he had to grow up at such a young age. Like he had to push himself into like being a bigger man.
but you know the thing about it is he chose that for himself though.
He wanted peace,
True.
and
Like
it wasn't easy.
I think I agree with the peace part, but remember his father died and he went and hopped on that boat to try to kill Askeladd. He
Mm.
did not have to do that. And he was basically just going through all this torment because of anger and hatred.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For those who haven't watched Vinland Saga, go watch
It's a
it.
good series.
It's a really good
Tough,
series.
tough.
But it's like I feel like he put himself in that situation and he was young, so I can't really blame him. But like, yeah, man, like he went through a lot of maturing and like I feel like sometimes you don't have to put yourself through that stuff. You know what I
I
mean?
think there was a
Yeah.
quote, and I loved it. It was just like his father, and I think it was like, "You have no enemies."
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, what's the full quote? Oh,
Something like
I
that.
know which one you're talking about. I can't remember
It's
the
the
word
one
for
where he
word.
scream. I seen a clip of it. I didn't watch that. I didn't get that far, but he just scream it, and then he comes to a realization that like the hell that he's experiencing, it's in his mind.
Yeah.
But like
Mm.
when he like snaps out of it, and he looks how beautiful like
Life
this
is,
life is, and
yeah.
where he's at right now. He kind of like wakes up out of that because he's just reliving the past all the time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then he's holding himself to like, yo, I did so much bad things, but he didn't give himself grace to be like, you know what, I was put into that.
Mhm.
And you're a child trying to make grown person decisions. That's when you kind of like stumble because you're trying to run.
Mhm.
And I think that like I could tell you as like my experience is like I have to take time for myself.